Growing up as the ugly friend. In my high school, I was the nerdy Asian kid with not a lot of friends. I had bad acne, thick glasses, braces, and I was really skinny. I experienced a lot of racism growing up in Germany. People making fun of my Vietnamese name, asking me if I had dog meat for breakfast, or just making fun of my Asian eye shape. I remember one time I went to the toilet and these two guys who were considered really popular in my class were also in the toilet. And as I washed my hands, they took a lot of soap foam and just smacked it really hard on my neck, and then they just ran away. At that moment, I was really shocked. I didn't know why that happened to me, and for the next 2 minutes I just stayed in silence in the toilet. I was so angry and sad. I just asked myself, why are people so mean to me? What did I do? Every day waking up and going to school would feel really daunting to me. I feel like Asian dudes in general were never really considered handsome. In Western media, the Asian guy is always portrayed as the nerdy Asian kid who gets bullied in school, or can do kung fu because he's like Jackie Chan or something. Those were the two main stereotypes people associated Asians with back then. Even to this day, these stereotypes are still very strong. So naturally, young Asian men just like me grew up with this type of picture in their mind and really felt insecure about themselves. I never really felt proud to be an Asian dude. With the rise of K-pop and K-drama, I think it's slowly shifting. Thank you, BTS, I love you. K-pop really helped me to see that Asian men also can be desirable and loved. All these K-pop idols and stars looked so handsome that it really gave me hope as well. Back then, when K-pop also became popular in Western countries like in Germany, I started to get more into fashion. I tried to copy the outfits, I tried to look more like these K-pop stars because I associated them with being popular. Before that, because we were kinda broke, oftentimes I would just get the clothes from my relatives who were older than me. One day I decided to change up my style drastically. For the first time, I bought myself a pair of skinny jeans and these ripped jeans. I promise at that time they were kinda in. I know skinny jeans right now are not very popular anymore. At that time, every K-pop star was kind of wearing that. I also bought myself some pretty clean white Nike shoes for the very first time. So that was really the starting point for me to get into fashion and to understand what to wear, what looks good on me, what colors look good on me, and so forth. But when did I become the handsome guy? I think that happened after I graduated from high school. After graduation, I immediately went into law school and it felt like a fresh start, a second chance. At that point, I made drastic changes and cut out all the negative people in my life. I didn't talk to any of my previous friends in high school anymore. The cool thing about uni was that nobody knew me. Nobody knew that I was the shy Asian nerdy kid. Instead, they saw that Asian guy who was into fashion, who was also working out at the time consistently, so I was kinda jacked. And that gave me a lot of confidence. People were actually really nice to me and I got invited to a bunch of those house parties. Girls finally started to compliment me on my style, on my physique, all of those things. And it improved my social skills so much from that period. And eventually, I got into my first relationship at that time. Before that, I still remember I was too shy to talk to any girl. There was this one girl I had a crush on in my class and I texted her a lot. But every time I would see her in class, I would just straight up ignore her. I would not talk to her, I would not even hold eye contact with her. My social skills were that bad. In my mind, I just didn't know how to act with girls, especially the girls I had a crush on. Instead, I pretended to be the cool guy who's just cold to all the girls and gets their attention anyways. In reality, it didn't work out. I even invited her via text for my 15th birthday, and at first she laughed at me. She was like, "Is this a joke?" After she realized it's not a joke, she came up with a random bullshit excuse. Basically, she rejected me. The cool thing is, last year I randomly met her in a gym and we had a quick chat. And she told me that for the first time I didn't ignore her like in school. That was so eye-opening for me. I really came full circle with this whole story. One thing I learned from this glow-up journey is that you're not ugly.
You're just lazy.
In a world where we can't affect the beauty standard, at least we can affect how we feel about ourselves. If you're feeling like the world is unfair and that people are very harsh, then you're right. The world is unfair. People are gonna be harsh. The moment you stop making excuses is the moment where you will truly unlock your potential.